All right, so now we are going to jump into our sports movie draft. Like we said, in honor of F1, this is essentially a sports movie. Um, so yeah, it's really, I mean, is it honestly like the only sports movie that we're getting this year that I can think of off the top of my head, other than
Mm,
that, like horror movie?
yeah, you get him,
Um,
but that's about it, probably.
yeah, yeah. So perfect time to do a sports movie draft. We love sports, so we love movies. So let's talk about some sports movies. So we're going to do four picks each. Snake draft. I already did the order. So with first pick, it's going to be Landon, and then Avery, and then me. And it's going to snake back and forth until we have four each. So, Landon, without further ado, what are you going to go with for 1-1?
Yeah, y'all probably both know what I'm gonna go here. Um, I'm a big baseball fan. There are a lot of baseball movies I could go here. But the one that I just love so much because it's like the background and what goes on behind the scenes is Moneyball with Brad Pitt, Jonah Hill. I think it is really cool how they kind of go behind the scenes and GM and manager and all that. There's some technical aspects, almost like Avery with F1. In this one, that the A's were not, they had three Cy Young candidates on their team. They had some really good players on their team. But at the end of the day, this movie is very good, showing you kind of the behind the scenes stuff. And I think Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill were fantastic in this movie. So Brad Pitt gets 1-1 again. So, Brad Pitt, you're the GOAT. Sports movies.
Hey
Let's
man,
go.
he's good. He's good at sports movies, man.
Yeah.
Bang! So my first pick uh is also a racing movie. And it is Ford versus Ferrari
You
with Matt
bastard.
Great
Damon,
pick.
Christian Bale,
Great
John
pick.
Bernthal. It's a great movie that highlights the history of American auto racing essentially and them Ford getting embarrassed by Ferrari on the public stage with them basically getting called fat, ugly, dumb Americans, and they take it to Ferrari, prove them wrong, and win four straight. R.I.P. Kim Miles. So yeah,
Yeah.
1-2.
HAPPY.
I'm
I'm
HAPPY.
HAPPY.
Great movie.
Nah, dude. When you said racing, I slick thought you were about to go with something else because I was going to take Ford versus Ferrari with my number
Great
one
pick.
pick.
Great pick.
So screw you there. I'm not. Let me see. I gotta readjust here. Um, I got another. Yeah, this is a good first round pick. It's part of a franchise. It was kind of the revitalization of a franchise. I'm gonna go with the first Creed. It's a
Mm,
boxing movie,
good
sports movie.
one.
Love it.
Um,
Yeah, it's
I
big.
think. I mean, obviously, you can go all the Rockies. All of the Rockies are obviously great. Especially like I think Rocky Four stands out, but I just I think Creed is one of the best. I mean, boxing is a sport, so I think
Yep.
it's one of the best sports movies or boxing movies ever. I still literally get chills every single time I watch it. Michael B. Jordan, I feel like that's the movie that really launched his career and really launched Ryan Coogler's career as well. You got Rocky back in the fold as well. I literally just get chills every time I watch that movie. So I'm with my first pick. Um, I'm gonna go with the first Creed.
It's good.
Um, Let me cross that off. So let's see. Let's see. I have a couple other really solid ones. I was gonna maybe go Rocky. Um, I'm gonna go with a wild pick here, and I don't know if y'all are gonna. I think it counts. It's just technically a sports movie. It's a racing movie. You know what it is?
I think I
I'm gonna
know.
kill you if I think I know what it is. If
It's
it's
my
gonna,
favorite animated movie of all
Yeah.
time.
okay, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Cars.
Yeah. No, that counts. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Cars is
yeah,
my
that for sure
favorite animated
counts.
movie ever. I would be kidding myself if I didn't take this in a sports movie draft. Racing's a sport. It's just an animated sports movie. So I'm gonna go with Cars. I honestly don't know if anything will ever top Cars for me animation wise. And it really is a good sports story. Like at the end of the day as well. So um, just because it's animated, that doesn't take away from it. It's still a very exciting movie and it's got some awesome races. And yeah, shout out Lightning McQueen. I'm going to go with Cars.
Way to go, Blue.
Dinosaur.
Daigo, Kachiga, Kachiga.
My next pick is also a racing movie, and it is Rush.
That's what I thought you were
It's
going to take.
just a beautiful movie highlighting one of the most iconic rivalries in Formula One history with James Hunt and Niki Lauda. I mean, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I just can't get over it. It's just amazing. Really, I just no words can explain it. If you haven't seen it, go see it. It is beautiful. Great movie.
It's a good
Yep.
pick. Good pick. Avery taking all the racing movies. Let's see. Okay, so my second pick. Um, I kind of want to do a diversity of like sports. Like I don't want to do just one sport. But I love my baseball movies. Okay, now I'm gonna go with one. I don't know if it'll make it back around. Now this might not be like the best like actual movie ever made, but it might be the most quotable on this list, and that's Happy Gilmore with Adam Sandler. That movie,
I had
I
it
don't
written down.
care. Like I could go with a lot. I could go with bench warmers here. I could go semi pro here. I could go with a lot of those. But Happy Gilmore is the one that I quote religiously. Y'all both know I love this movie. It is funny. We're getting a sequel this year. I'm so excited. Adam Sandler just kills it as Happy Gilmore. It's hilarious. That jacket belongs to Mr. Gilmore. No, great movie. So that'll be my number two pick. My number three pick, I think I would be really stupid and dumb to myself if I didn't pick this. It's another baseball movie, and it's gonna be 42 with Chadwick Boseman. He is. I don't think you can get a better actor to play someone as iconic as Jackie Robinson and what he went through and what he did for the sport of baseball. He is an iconic athlete. He is awesome. Chadwick Boseman, man, it sucks that we don't have him around anymore. But man, 42 is like the when you think of like a biopic, sports biopic, I think 42 has to be at the top of the list. He is incredible in that movie, and that movie is so good. It's so good. And it actually like I don't know, it just really captures like the sport as a whole and how much has changed since then too. So, very a movie that needed to be made too. So, I'm going to go 42 with my third pick.
Yep, I like that pick.
Love it. For my third pick, some people don't necessarily consider it a sport, but I consider it a sport, and I know a lot of people around the world consider it a sport. My next pick is going to be the Iron Claw.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is a
Great pick.
beautiful movie
Great pick.
highlighting one of the greatest family dynasties in the world of wrestling. Um, it's just a great movie that really highlights on what that family went through and how iconic they were and still are. But yeah, I just great movie. Need to see it again.
Yeah. Just
Yeah. No,
yeah,
I
that's a
actually have
great.
not watched it since we all saw it together. I keep trying to get my dad to watch it, but he's scared to watch it because he kind of he's heard the story before. Um, yeah, dude, unreal movie. It's still pissed Zac Efron didn't at least get a nomination for that. All right, so back to me for my third and then fourth pick back to back. Um, so I have Creed and Cars. I'm gonna go with an MMA movie. It's probably my favorite like MMA movie I've ever seen, and every time I watch it, I just get hit with the feels. And that's Warrior. You guys have seen Warrior, right? With Tom Hardy and Joel Edgerton. Avery, you haven't?
I have not.
Wilk, you've seen it. You definitely
Mhm.
have, right?
Mhm.
Unreal movie. Um, really good performance from both Joel Edgerton and Tom Hardy. I think they're like brothers who both used to wrestle, but then they both stopped because Edgerton's character like had a family, so he wanted to be with his family. But then Tom Hardy's character like I think got into drugs and alcohol or something,
Yeah.
and then I forgot who their dads was. I think it was like Nick Nolte or something. Unreal movie. I literally almost cry at the ending every time I see it. I love that movie. Um, Avery, I highly recommend you give it a watch. So I had to go with like a more serious, emotional
Yeah.
movie as well. Um, to go with Cars. And then for my final pick, there's a couple different routes I could go here. We'll talk honorable mentions at the end. Um, so I have a boxing movie, I have Cars, and I have an MMA movie. Um, it's tough. This is tough. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with. I think this is considered a football movie. It's a little bit more kind of like Moneyball, where it's not necessarily exactly about you know players. It's just about like the management of sports, and that is Jerry Maguire with
Okay.
Tom Cruise.
Okay.
He plays a sports agent in that movie for I think it's is it Cuba Gooding Jr. I believe that plays the football player. I can't remember, but I mean that is a sports movie. He starts his own like sports agency and signs. I believe it's Cuba Gooding Jr. I'll get the check on that in a minute. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I've always loved that movie. And then it's also kind of like a romance movie at the same time, but then it's also a lot of cool sports stuff in it as well. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna close out my list with Jerry Maguire.
Okay.
Have y'all seen it? Y'all didn't really say anything.
I don't think
I
I
seen it a long
have.
time ago. I don't remember much of it.
Very solid movie. It's been a
Yeah.
couple years since I've seen it too.
Yeah.
All right, back
My
to Avery.
my final pick. I've kind of stayed on the more serious side with my first three. Uh, my final pick is going to be Dodgeball, a
I have
true
that written
underdog
down.
story.
God, that's a
It
good.
is such a good movie, so quotable.
Yeah.
Vince Vince Vaughn is amazing in it. I just, it's awesome. Ben Stiller plays one of, if not the funniest antagonists in a movie. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Uh, it's just anytime it's on TV, I turn it on, I sit down and watch it. It makes me laugh. Still to this day, I've probably seen it 150 times, but there's something about it so good. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
That's absolutely right. Yeah,
Amen.
that's a great movie. That's a great movie. Dude, so with my last pick kind of rounding out the draft, let me just tell you, there are so many we're about to say. So don't think like we didn't draft it. Why is this not on here? Why is this not on here? Just wait, like it'll probably be in our honorable mentions. Just missed out. I thought about what I wanted to go here. There was a football movie I thought about picking. I'm not gonna go that way though. There was like six baseball movies I could have gone. There was a basketball movie I could have gone, but we're gonna take it to the ice, and we're gonna put Miracle on this list because I think
Oh,
we would
dude,
be
I didn't
doing
even
it a
think about
disservice
Miracle.
if it was not on this list. Um, Still, just one of the best like true underdog stories ever. They were not supposed to even be on the same ice as the Russian team that year, and every time Kurt Russell tells me that we're gonna, you got a chance, go out there and give it your all, do it your bet, like you are gonna go win this. It makes me think that I can go play hockey, even though I know I would bust my ass in about half a second. So Miracle has to be in this draft, and I think that's a strong fourth pick. I love it, and I know I haven't seen it in probably 5 or 6 years, but I will definitely be going back and watching it, and had to have hockey on here. So
I
yeah,
hate myself for not thinking about that. I just that one completely slipped my
yeah,
mind. I run
there,
down like a list of everything I could think of real quick before we started.
yeah,
Miracle is probably like the best
yeah.
pure sports movie on this list. Like,
Yeah, no, it is
wow,
like
what
the
a great
greatest.
pick at four.
Yeah, it's
What a
sick.
steal!
I was kind of shocked it got there.
I just forgot about it, dude. I would have
Yeah,
taken that probably pick number two.
but some because I guess it was so some honorable mentions that I missed out, like Coach Carter. I think is incredible with Samuel L. Jackson. Baseball movies I could go Rookie of the Year, Major League, Bench Warmers, The Sandlot, all great movies. The football movie obviously is Remember the Titans. I mean, that's iconic. I think it's a little overrated, but I know
A
people
little.
absolutely love that movie. And then I actually had another one that I almost thought about taking just to see what you would say, but I was almost going to take Challengers at 4,
No,
just
I
to
thought
be
about
a little
taking it
bit
as
different.
well.
So, yeah.
No,
Avery, any ones that you can think of that maybe missed?
Uh, Nobody took any of the Rockies, or Cole took the first Rocky, didn't you?
I
To
took
Creed.
Creed.
Creed. So I mean, all the Rockies were still up for grabs. Creed 2 and Creed 3 are both amazing. Um, what's it called? Invincible with Mark Wahlberg, where he makes it onto the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh
That's a
yeah,
pretty good movie.
yeah,
The Longest Yard, either
Yep.
one.
Yep.
yeah,
Um, what else? I mean,
Yeah.
there's just so many to choose from.
I had a couple comedies as well. To piggyback off Longest Yard, another Adam Sandler movie. Um, um, Waterboy. I was thinking about taking Waterboy, Bobby Boucher. Also got Talladega Nights.
yeah.
Yep.
I just didn't take it because already took Cars, took another racing movie, and Avery took two. So, but Talladega Nights is just hilarious. It's probably the funniest movie on this list, I think, in my opinion. But yeah, Rocky, Bench Warmers is hilarious. Um, there's a lot, man. There's a lot of good sports movies, different sports. But what I have realized, like I was talking to you about it earlier, Will, there's just really not a ton of great football movies, which is kind of wild. There's a
Yeah.
couple really solid basketball movies, like you got Coach Carter and you got Hoosiers, like Love and Basketball, movies like that.
Hoop
But
Dreams.
yeah, there's just really not a ton of football movies, which is crazy. We're getting one this year. It's going to be a horror movie, so we'll have
Yeah.
to see how that works. But um, yeah, like you said, Remember the Titans is probably the most iconic, and I think it's a little overrated as
Don't get me
well.
wrong, it's still a good movie. Like I definitely can turn it on and watch it. I mean, it's got Denzel in it. How could you not? But like, I do think it's a little overrated. Yeah, but like, I guess you could go like Friday Night Lights or Varsity Blues or something like
Yep.
that too. So I
Yeah.
mean, there's some other ones, but no, I want like a good like professional. But I guess we could have picked the game plan too. I kind of forgot about that as well. So,
I
but no,
also thought about Gridiron Gang, that
yeah,
movie with
I want a
Dwayne
good like
Johnson.
professional football movie. Maybe with like the success of F1, maybe we can get something like that. But
Yeah, that'd be very cool. So I'll go over the list one more time, and then Landon, you can close out with as we always do, and we can see what Avery's been watching too. But um, so Landon, your list is Moneyball, Happy Gilmore, 42, and Miracle. Avery's got Ford versus Ferrari, Rush, The Iron Claw, and Dodgeball. And then I went with Creed, Cars, Warrior, and Jerry Maguire. Um, three really solid lists. I think Landon won this draft with his final pick. Personally, we'll just kind of see what people think, but they're all three great. They're just all very different. You can tell Avery's definitely more of a racing guy, but I like how we all have a comedy as well. I have Cars. Landon's got Happy Gilmore. You got Dodgeball. So um, yeah, three solid lists. That was fun. I wish we got more sports movies, man. Like what we get two
amen.
this year, and one of them's a horror movie.
Yeah.
So
What are y'all's thoughts about the UFC movie that's coming out with Dwayne Johnson? I forget who he's playing in it.
oh, Smashing Machine.
Yeah.
It looks cool. I
Yeah.
don't know.
It
I
looked
think
yeah.
I
it's gonna
almost
be the me and Landon have talked about it. I think it's gonna be the first test to see if Dwayne Johnson can really act.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how much actual fighting is in it because it makes it seem like it's a lot more of like his personal life, which there's nothing wrong with that because Iron Claw was kind of like that too. Yeah, but Cole is absolutely right. Can Dwayne the Rock Johnson act? We will see.
Yeah, and then apparently, speaking of UFC, Avery it just popped in my head when you said that. Zack Snyder's directing a UFC movie soon too. So um, UFC's definitely been on the come up the last couple of years. So
I
I
just
definitely see that.
I also just thought of a movie that I'm surprised none of us took, which was Southpaw.
Oh,
Yeah, no, no, no. I
I
didn't take Southpaw because I
honestly
took Warrior.
I
But
honestly kind of forgot about that movie. I can't lie. Very
great
good
movie.
movie though.
I am phenomenal.
No, I mean, no, no, I mean, no.